Unscripted.
There's no doubt about it that stock shortages are sort of hampering what the PlayStation 5 would be able to do naturally if it were available in all the places that, you know, it would be available normally, right? Like, again, this is a product of us being stuck in a situation that none of us are happy about. You know, none of us want to be stuck at home. None of us want to be, you know, stuck doing this kind of stuff. This is just our life for right now, and hopefully soon it'll get back to normal. But for right now, you know, it is a little bit tough to swallow, you know, because we could be seeing, you know, broken records in terms of console sales and things like that. But again, now we're sort of in this weird situation where we're not going to see that kind of stuff, simply due to the fact of, you know, scarcity of materials and, of course, you know, like the pandemic and, you know, people being kind of locked where they are. You know, it's not a good thing, and it's not something that, you know, people are happy about. I'm sure that, you know, Sony would love to be able to go out there and just have, you know, 10 million PlayStation 5s already be sold. Unfortunately, that's not the way life works. That's not the way anything works, really. You know, I'm sure even Microsoft, you know, they are probably never going to see demand for their console the way that they are right now. But I'm sure that they would love to see, you know, something big happen, you know, in terms of their console availability and stuff like that, just so they can take advantage of it. Look, these consoles are never as hot as when they first come out. So, you know, by the time they are available in bigger numbers, you know, that initial, you know, bit of hotness could have worn off by then, and, you know, we'll have to wait and see if they're ever able to actually go back out there and, you know, capture that sort of, you know, hotness again, so to speak. So, you know, for me personally, I think it's very interesting to see everything that kind of comes about and stuff like that. But, you know, there was a pretty big announcement today, and I thought that this was pretty incredible. Again, this is something that, you know, maybe goes without saying, you know, but at the same time, I still think that, you know, as fans, we should definitely say it. And, you know, for me personally, I just think that this was pretty incredible to see this kind of happen the way that it did. You know, I absolutely love when this kind of stuff happens. And, you know, it just goes to show that people are going to, like, you know, kind of do their own thing or whatever regardless. But I do wish, like, in my heart of hearts, that Sony was able to get more of these things out, because I would love just to see, like, the records being able to be broken and things like that, because at the end of the day, I feel like Sony has the best chance to do that, and I would absolutely love to see that happen. And, you know, the funny thing is, you know, that probably won't happen now. You know, they probably won't break all the records and things like that, like we originally thought. But, you know, at the same time, it's just one of those things where, you know, maybe, just maybe it can happen, and we're all kind of holding out hope, thinking that, hey, you know, maybe that thing can happen, or something along those lines. So, yeah, very interesting to say the least, and I do want to get into this sooner rather than later. So, what's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel, and it means a lot to me personally. If you guys are looking for a way to help out a little crappy YouTuber like me, the best way to do it, a simple like. It really goes a long way, and it means a lot to me personally. And if you guys are looking for a way to help out, like I said, that's it. You can hit the like button, you can share it out, you can subscribe, and you can also hit that bell and hit that. Well, you want to get notified of everything, because that's going to be the best way to sort of go about it. Shout out to all the old subscribers, new subscribers, and everybody in between. You guys are fantastic, and I love each and every one of you. Thank you for always rocking out with me. So we knew that Sony did some very impressive numbers as of the end of last year, and I know people kind of want to run with that 4.5 million sold, as that's what they have right now. No, that's what they had as of December 31st, 2020, meaning all the way up until now, which would be when you guys watch this, February 12th, 2021. That means, you know, that there's already been, you know, almost 45 days of extra time in there to sell. So they're well beyond the 4.5 million sales mark. How far, we don't know, but I did have some very interesting conversations with people on social media and stuff like that, and it was very interesting just to see how everybody was kind of reacting to what I was trying to say. They didn't really understand or grasp what I was saying, which was when it came out that Microsoft had 3.5 million. That 3.5 million wasn't confirmed to be for last year, but for the total number of sales of what they have, which is a huge stark contrast to what Sony has. So anyway, according to this data analysis from Games Industry, total PlayStation 5 sales could almost double by the end of March 2021. Right now, the current gen console is around 4.5 million sold through to consumers, but thanks to supply shortages and various knock-on efforts of the pandemic, the PlayStation 5 has been unable to surpass the record set by its predecessor, the PlayStation 4, although it is actually still on par. However, Sony's system is still outperforming the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, which are reportedly lagging behind the numbers posted by Xbox One, which was 2.9 million within the same launch period. Microsoft is also having to deal with the same severe supply constraints, of course, but the data suggests that the PlayStation 5 could be pulling away by some distance, if not for the unprecedented circumstances that surround it. So it's been an undeniably strange start to the new console generation, but with the PlayStation 5 clearly in high demand, we don't think that Sony's too worried about its current position. Once things get back to relatively normality, hopefully sooner rather than later, it's going to be interesting to see how the things take shape. Listen, a lot of people, and I'm just being honest here, a lot of people really were kind of thinking that Xbox would be able to really go out there and kind of stand a chance and do something against the PlayStation 5, quote unquote, this time. Now, it wasn't really able to do that, and a lot of people want to blame that on, one thing or another. What's it have to do with it? Is it, is it sales constraints? Is it this? Is it that? We don't really know. Look, Xbox is a kind of a product of their own kind of stupidity at times. Honestly, what it comes down to is, Microsoft just haven't been able to deliver on a lot of their promises. Those promises tend to be more about the games and stuff like that. So we'll have to see if they are able to sort of get some promises out there or whatever that actually come true, because eventually people kind of figure this stuff out. And that's the thing that I kind of keep telling people is, it's okay to think one thing or the other, but at the end of the day, people are eventually going to come to the conclusion that Microsoft isn't able to come through for their fans the way that they continue to promise them. We were promised every E3, and trust me, I was an Xbox guy for the longest time, and I still want them to do well, but at the end of the day, every year for the past 5 or 6 years, they promised their E3 to be the, quote, biggest and best of all time, biggest and best ever, their best Xbox lineup of all time. Like, how many of you have heard that time and time again? And then, when you actually go to look at the event, it's just crappy. There's nothing there. It's just not exactly what we thought as fans it would be. And, that's very, very unfortunate. And you know what? For me personally, you know what I mean? I think that's part of the reason why I probably come across as so bitter. It's not that I'm upset, or it's not like a situation where I'm like, oh man, I wish I could have done this or this or this. For me personally, it's always been one of these things where I'm sitting here kind of looking at stuff happening, and we don't see what was promised, and that's really disheartening. To say the least, you know what I mean? Like that, to be honest with you, it really kind of just bothers me to no end. I really want to see the best come from these consoles, and I want to see the best games and all that kind of stuff. And it just sucks when we don't really get that. And I really do hope that we do get that sooner rather than later. Again, this is something that I think that a lot of fans are going to be talking about for a long time. We keep seeing this kind of stuff come out, and at the end of the day, we're just kind of stuck there going, well, what's going to change? But again, I think Sony's going to be able to get their consoles out there, and I don't think that Microsoft is going to be able to do a good job kind of getting their stuff out there in the same manner. So we'll have to wait and see exactly what happens, and I really do hope that everybody that wants a console will be able to get one. So hopefully that happens. I really do think that this is something that's going to be incredible for everybody before too long. And I really just think that, you know, we'll be able to get the games that we want and stuff like that. Again, this is unprecedented time, so we got to give them a little bit of slack. But at the same time, I do hope that us as fans continue to, you know, just allow that to kind of take place. You know what I mean? I try not to be too hard on them, but you know, it is kind of it's worse being an Xbox fan for the simple fact that you know, it's already been so long without games. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem, and I hate that. You know what I mean? It's like I would like to be a little bit easier on Microsoft, but they make it so difficult. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'll link all this stuff. What do you guys think? I mean, it looks like they're going to be able to double up Xbox pretty quickly by the end of March. Let me know. I'm going to link it. Thanks for watching. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Rack 'em up. Game on, my friends. Game on. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.